Am I the asshole for telling my wife I don't believe her when she says she'd be okay with us calling our daughter by different names? My 30 meters wife, 29F, is pregnant with our first child, our daughter. She's just about a month away from giving birth, and we do not have a name picked out yet. At one point, we had 2 potential names on a list, but my wife told me she really didn't want to give either name to our daughter, so that was gone. Our issue comes from a difference in likes and dislikes in names. My wife likes very common, very classic names, and she likes to go a touch old-fashioned too. Her 3 favorite girls' names are Elizabeth, Esther, and Hannah. She also strongly loves the names Emily, Beatrice, Constance, Patricia, Catherine, and Geraldine. But there are many names in the same sphere she likes. My taste is a bit more mixed, but I like more uncommon names and names that aren't super used or classic, but I have some classics I like. Names I adore are Indigo, Indy, Lyric, Elodie, Lyra, Dove, Sunny, Scout, Kalia. We strongly dislike the names the other strongly likes, loves. We had the name Bryony and the name Melody on our list for a while, but my wife decided neither were names she could tolerate our daughter having, so we went back to square one. I feel like she refuses to try and find names closer to what I like. Whereas the ones I suggest closer to her, like Chloe and Alana, are names she doesn't feel totally work with her taste. She said at one point she should get more of a say as the person carrying our daughter and giving birth to her, but that was dropped soon after. However, my wife has decided the fairest compromise is one picks the first and the other the middle name, and we each call her by the name we picked. So say we end up with Elizabeth Indy. She'd call her Elizabeth or a nickname from said name, and I call her Indy. The thing is, I'm not opposed to this entirely. But I give it a month after our daughter is born before my wife is annoyed that I don't call our daughter by her first name, and I know when she talks about the compromise she means for her choices to go in the first name spot and mine in the middle. I also know that annoyance will only grow if friends and family choose to call her Indy, and this is just an example, instead of Elizabeth. But since both would be used a lot, it could happen, and I know her 2 younger sisters would likely lean more in my taste, and so would prefer something like Indy to Elizabeth to call their niece. So I don't think the compromise would work for long. I told my wife this, and she told me she's an adult and she would be fine. She said I have no reason to doubt her. I told her I know how much she hates not getting her way on certain things, and this is a big thing to her. She told me she'd be okay with me calling our daughter a different name. Even as she said it, she looked annoyed and like she was forcing it. I told her I didn't believe her. My wife said it's unfair not to because she knows herself better than I do. I suggested we trial it out before our daughter comes, and she was pissed about that too.